What is up, guys? Very exciting news today with the release of the beta. It is officially out, the TBC beta. So make sure to check your battle.net, your launcher, as well as your email associated with your launcher to see if you got an invite to it. Now, this usually goes out in rounds. So if you didn't get invited to the first round, you might potentially get invited to one of the later rounds. And so just keep kind of checking to make sure if you're going to get into it. Other than that, I just want to give you a quick breakdown really quickly of the things that people have been testing and give you all of the information as it comes in. So I'm going to try to keep updating you guys with little short videos as things come in. But the first thing that I'm going to talk about, of course, is drums. What is the change to drums? Now, it looks like from the tooltip that drums have changed to be a one-use item. So there's only one charge on drums, but there still looks like there's nothing on the tooltip of drums themselves that says that there's any real change other than it's only one use, which will be interesting. It doesn't really help us at all. It doesn't mean that nobody has to go leatherworking. In actuality, it means pretty much everyone has to go leatherworking. There was a post that was data mined that says there is a difference between the normal drums and then there's a data mine of a greater drums that has a 40-yard range, which means the normal drums have a 8-yard range, and the greater drums require a higher version of leatherworking. They require 375 leatherworking instead of 350, and also they require a little bit more mats. But if this is true, then it really scuffs drums even more. It means you need to be stacked up for normal drums, and then it means you all need to basically buy greater drums for fights that you can't be stacked up for. So hopefully there is some sort of debuff that doesn't force us all to go leatherworking. I would anticipate they're going to change this. They're definitely going to get a lot of flack for this. So don't think that this will stay in the game forever, but it might. Also, from the data mine, there was no tinnitus debuff. Again, this is just from a post that data mined, so I haven't really confirmed, and nobody can confirm because you can't actually see anything from the trainers. You can only see things you can buy from like reputations vendors, things that are they have a quantity, so you can see things that have a quantity. So like there's one primal might that actually Stay Safe was able to buy. Nobody else can get through it or can get it. So you can't actually see anything from any of the trainers yet on the beta. Other things that are just important to note: ZG coins, the possibility of turning in rep for those until 61 or 62, potentially even 63, that has been nerfed completely. You get 0 reputation from turning in ZG coins. So if you're stockpiling those, make sure to sell them ASAP. Or if you're going to use them to level up from 58 to 60, you can do that just fine. And then AQ, the AQ rep turn-ins from the actual item you get from boss drops, that also can't be tested actually because on the beta, the gates are closed. So somebody would have to do the entire opening of the gates quest just to pretty much be able to test that out. But anticipate that being kind of nerfed also. I think Blizzard's a little bit on top of that. Next up, PvP is currently disabled in the form of battlegrounds, which means also kind of disabled in the form of arenas. That might just be for like the foreseeable future. They're probably going to change that so that we can see how the PvP system is working and how things are, how different compositions stack up against each other on the real beta. Also, with that, you actually can't find the PvP vendors, at least the ones that sell the Grand Marshal gear. So in the pre-patch, you'll be able to freely buy your Grand Marshal gear, so you can't check exactly what the cost of those will be. There's actually no one in the vendor area right now. But PvP blue sets, which are crazy good for you to start off, especially right as you hit level 70, are available from your reputation vendors at Honored, which is crazy to see that these are in the game right away. So pretty much right as you hit level 70, you're just going to buy all of your PvP blue sets from all of the reputation vendors around the world. And then heroic keys. Heroic keys are at Revered, which is good. It means there is more of a grind to get your heroic keys. I guess it's kind of personal preference if it's good or bad, but it is at Revered right now. So heroic keys are released at Revered, which means you will have to farm that reputation, which means you will most likely want to be doing a ton of dungeons, especially in your leveling. But That being said, it looks like dungeon leveling may be a slightly nerfed from what we're anticipating. It's looking like people are getting not nearly as much experience as they wanted, although some people had calculated about 2 bars per dungeon, which if you can run a dungeon about 15 minutes, that's pretty nice. That does put you at almost level 63 by hitting that dungeon cap, and that was an anticipation. So you might need to blast through dungeons, but we're seeing so far people being able to level a lot quicker doing quests. Although the beta does have a lot less people than we will see on the actual release. And it is also layered, so we'll see how many layers actually happen on the release. And the last thing I really want to talk about right now is really quickly that Summoning Stones currently aren't working on the beta, and Thunder Fury nerfs have already gone through on the beta. So that's actually going to like kind of hurt you if you're looking for that huge AoE aggro and stuff like that. But Thunder Fury has already received its nerf on the beta, and we are also seeing Prop Paladins be absolutely insane for dungeons. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up. This is a really quick video. I'm going to try to keep giving you as much information as I can. The drums thing, we can't really test it yet because nobody has reputation to be able to get the drums, to be able to actually use them. Also, nobody's farmed up all of the leather to be able to be 350 leatherworking yet. But that will be coming shortly, guys. I'll keep you all updated. Good luck on getting the beta, and I'll catch you all on the next one.